Mongoose Jake with my review of the Foam Knight RX. This one I've actually had to stop, pause, and redo my takes on this because I want to condense what I feel about this and what they could do to improve it. Now, this is my review of it, so let's take a look at what it is first, and I'm going to get into all those thoughts here afterwards. So, presenting the blaster first, this is a 3D printed, spring-powered, break-action, front-loaded, single-shot pistol. There's a lot going on in a very little package. Now, unusually for a break action, you do have to front load it. That caught me off guard immediately. Even though I knew what I was buying when I bought it, I still wanted to see why did they not rear load it. Again, that's more thoughts to get on later in the video. But break it open, close it back, take your dart, drop it in. Yeah. Telltale sign right there, and fire. Now repeat the steps. You pull the hammer back, break it open, click it back down. Now you can load it another dart and fire it again. Now, yes, it does take both full length and half length darts, and when you get your build it yourself kit, right here is where the actual main body stops, and you can attach a front end section of this length. Or they have one that's half the length if you want to go to more of a snub nose design. I actually like the look of this, and this is how it actually covers up the full length darts. So I wanted the versatility to run whatever I picked up off the ground as far as my ammo. Now, as you could see immediately, being able to drop load the dart is a warning sign. You're not going to get consistent performance, and the stroke of this plunger tube is not very long. It's actually almost dead on 1/2 of an inch, as you can see by the dart as an example. So for those on the metric system, it's about 12.5 millimeter stroke. Now, it does have a pretty good diameter. It's roughly the size of a D cell battery, but that short stroke limits the amount of air volume that's being compressed, and combined with the bad barrel fit, I'm only getting roughly low to mid 60s performance at best, and mid to upper 60s, maybe breaking 70 with half lengths, and that's with brand new Adventure Force Pro darts. And with Busby Precise Pro full lengths, which normally boost the performance, I'm actually seeing almost no improvement. The barrel fit's just that bad. As you can see, you just drop the dart in, it falls back out. So that is one of the issues. I do see shots sometimes dropping all the way down to about 50 feet per second on the men guns and AccuStrike copies. So performance is not a high point. It's actually only comparable to about a Jolt or the current generation Busby Panther and the X-Shot Micro. So this is supposed to be a unique pocketable pistol, to pull out for a single shot, like last ditch resort kind of thing, or just a fun plinker. It does actually fill that role, albeit at a far higher price than those three options that I just mentioned. I mean, Jolts and X-Shot Micros are about $4, and Busby Panthers are 2 for $5. So this is a $25 pistol plus shipping, and a Busby Panther, if you looked at single unit price, is $2.50. So it's literally 10 times the price, and with no additional performance. And also, this is actually bigger and harder to reload. And that's comparing it to, options from the big four, which I always considered, Nerf, Busby, X-Shot, and Dart Zone. Now, whenever Dart Zone gets around to a single shot little pistol, it'll probably be a great performer. They don't have one really on the market right now. They did have one, but don't see anything of it. But getting back to the RX. So performance is not great. Not great at all. It's, X-Shot Micro Jolt performance kind of level. And the cost is higher than any of those options. So you'd think, okay, unique design probably takes up a little bit of that. And then you think, okay, maybe the construction quality is top notch. Unfortunately, that's not the case. If you look even somewhat closely, and yes, it did come with this stain in my print straight from them, and you have pretty noticeable printing issues. I mean, I'm not even trying to go ultra zoom here. And immediately upon assembly, I have a crack right here. And the biggest thing is looking at the grip. At first, you got a nice little RX here in the back, and it's got some nice texturing. You can see a little bit of deviation in the lines. That's, you know, not the end of the world. But then when I flip it over, that is bad. It's smooth on this side. It's like it doesn't have the texturing of this side at all. It's completely smooth. It's like mine must have been on the bottom. It's like I'm not an expert on 3D printing in any way, shape, or form, but this thing must have been like the bottom, because the grip profile is flat on this side completely. It's smooth. And then there's like voids in the print. As you can clearly see, I don't even have to get ultra close. And that's a problem. That's a problem. When compared to other little single shots, this is one of the more expensive. You know, especially if you're going to just put this in a pocket as your last ditch backup. I mean, a Jolt does the same thing. And this thing doesn't have even the performance, really. So, unfortunately, this is something other than its truly unique design. I mean, it is a break action, geared priming system, which is, unusual. And I'm all for originality. I want to see more unique, funky things. They don't have to be the best. Performance-wise, like, they don't have to be 100, 150, 200 feet per second if they provide something unique and novel. This tried. But unfortunately, I think it falls too much short in too many areas outside of just being neat. If that's good enough for you, that's great. But for me, I don't think I can recommend this over anything. But I don't want to just leave it there. It'd be easy for me to say, review over, done, it's bad, don't buy it, move on. What could Foam Night do to improve this? Because I love the uniqueness of the design. I truly do. It was actually fun to put together. But what they need to do is, for one, solve the barrel fit. I think they do need to add a little more air volume. They need to extend the frame of this. If they're not going to change anything about the design, improve your print quality, design a little bit longer plunger tube to get a little more air volume, and connect it to a better barrel. Those changes there, better print quality, a little more air volume, better barrel. I don't care if it's sleeve, if it's just a plastic barrel sleeved in there, that's fine. If it's a brass sleeve, good too. It doesn't matter. Just something that improves the barrel fit over darts just literally falling in and out of. That's not acceptable. I think that they could do that. Now let's go completely out of the box. How can they make this truly special without cranking the price up too much? I think they should redesign this completely. Keep your geared priming system so that you can make it break action. Trim the plastic here down to keep it structurally sound, but trim it down and then build up here. Make the barrel ride above the plunger tube instead of trying to make it all in line. Because if you're trying to make it all in line, you only have so much room. It's trying to keep it pocket size. Because if you're going to make full length, okay, so it takes up that much room. Well, that's where the limiting factor is for your plunger tube to have working space. Let's extend the plunger tube out to, say, here. And the reason why I say that is about the length. If you were to look at the line, let's bring the shell out to here. And then extend the plunger tube out a bit, maybe double or triple the air volume, and then build a channel inside the 3D printed shell that channels the air up into a port in the back. Now, put your barrel up here to where you break it open, And there's a port that goes back here and fires the air into the barrel, and you could rear load the dart, and then you just rear load it, and then you make sure that you rear loaded it past the port, or they could even make the port come out the back and go into the back here and around. I would say keep it here and make the air fire into the barrel. Yes, you'd have a little bit of efficiency loss, but by, I'd say triple the air volume that's in that by extending it out. You only have about a 1/2 inch of stroke, so make it about 1.5 inches of stroke, or even just double the air volume. That would more than make up for your efficiency loss by having that port. But then you have a brake action rear load, so all one step. It's like boom, load. And I think that would be a really, really good upgrade. Say Foam Knight RX 2. And they could do that, and that would be a truly special little pistol. And if they could do it without jacking the price up, that would be even better. But that's just my ideas on how to make a currently unworthy blaster of me recommending all of a sudden become something that I think people would flock to. So, Foam Knight RX, not recommended as is. If Foam Knight wants to actually watch my video and take note, either leave the design as it is and improve the print quality, improve the air volume as it is with this design, a little bit longer stroke, and improve the barrel. So it's my three recommendations: print quality, better barrel, more air, so you have a little bit better performance. That would make this be viable. Or completely redesign it to make it even more unique. And then I think that would be something that would stand out. As is, it's not. So hopefully you've enjoyed this. Hopefully you stayed around to hear my ideas instead of me just being slamming the blaster. But this is Mongoose Jake saying thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you enjoyed this above head view. And until next time, thanks for watching.